Hello again, I'm Chris Ford, owner and founder of ABC Physical Therapy. I do want to share with you another aspect of maintaining alignment for your back. We are the experts in aligning the back and putting you back together, bringing your pain down to 0 or 1. But after that, it's your responsibility to maintain alignment. So we put you back in place and you put it out. And this is the number one way you do it is sitting. So when you're sitting, after the SI joint's realigned and the sacrum is realigned perfectly, when we sit, here's what the problem is. We sit, but we're slumpers. So when we're slumping, we're actually a tripod. So, and 2 seconds on your tailbone, 20 seconds on your tailbone, 2 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 hours, definitely is going to displace that sacrum again. And then you're going to stand up with the hitch and the get along. So the best remedy that we've come up with is grabbing a seat cushion. So we're going to sit on one of these guys. Butt bones go here, sacrum goes here. So when you're sitting, we want to float your tailbone. We push the sacrum back in place when we fix you, and you push it out simply by touching it down on the seating surface. Couch and slouch go together, so couches are very bad to sit on when you're having back pain, so we recommend sitting on a more stable chair that you can implement this seat cushion and protect that sacrum. The other most common way to put your back out is how do you bend or lift? And most people say, with lifting advice, bend with your knees. Well, that's really incomplete information. It's not really a good way to go. The best way to say lifting properly is keeping your back straight. And your knees can bend or not bend. That's an optional thing. 2 ways to bend forward. There's only 2 ways to bend forward. So you can bend forward in the pelvis using the hip joint, and you can bend using the backbone. The problem with bending is the weak link of the SI joint is torque. So it's a moving joint this way. So as soon as you bend off vertical, there's torque. And there's more torque as farther you go down. There's also torque in the hip joint, which is our best joint in our body. And that's where we want our torque. That's where we want the power. This is our power center. 28 years of treating backs. I've never heard patients come in here and say, hey, I got perfect posture and I can't slump. I never heard that. It's always, I've been sitting on the couch all day, flexed, and I can't straighten up. So all the joints of the spine get stuck forward or flexed. No one ever gets stuck in perfect posture. That's the end range. So again, when you're bending when you're bending down and lifting, if you keep your back straight, it is stable. But the problem with people's bending isn't the knee bending part, it's the backbone. So when they're bending, their backbone is open and unstable, which gives rise to torque that hits every vertebrae and gives, which will create displacements in the lumbar spine, pain, things like that. So the best way to do it is keeping your back straight, like bodybuilders do, and the best body mechanics too are babies. So if you ever look at a baby when they squat, they have perfect mechanics. Here's the typical, when we stand up, our habit right now as older adults, we're gonna slump like that. What we need to do is keep your back straight and bend like this, just like a bodybuilder would, sit to stand, so yeah, like this, boom, boom. And another example is, if you're gonna lift, you can keep your back straight and you don't have to use your knees. This is a straight leg deadlift. So straight leg deadlifts are perfectly okay to do and stable if you keep your back straight. The people who are good at mechanics are bodybuilders, because when you put a weight on your back, they have to absolutely keep their back straight and they have perfect mechanics. The other people who are great at body mechanics are 1 to 5 year olds who haven't learned how to slump yet. If you want a good example of good body mechanics, look at a child and see how they move. And we want to mimic that in our clinic. So it's a good representation to show patients that. So we can use a stick to help people learn how to move with their back straight instead of that nasty habit of flexing their spine when they bend. So if you get a stick like this, you can have one hand here, one hand at the sacrum, one hand here, down here, and then your head's touching the stick. So what we want to teach people is how do you initiate standing? Not like this. We want to keep your back straight and we want to initiate in the pelvis. So it's going to look like that. So this is a perfect, we call it hip hinging. So hip hinge here, sit to stand, boom, boom. Standing hip hinge like this. Everything you do, you keep your back straight, it's going to look like this. So the stick is a good tool to use to train patients on how to move properly. It's a movement strategy. And with repetition it hopefully will go into their subconscious mind, so when they are picking up things on the floor, they'll employ the proper way instead of the old habit way. Boom. So this is stability, and this is moving with instability. So the stick is really a good way to get patients to learn the technique. And if they do that, if they change the way they sit and they bend properly, their back won't go out. If the back doesn't go out, it will heal in 2 months' time. Otherwise, it will take a little longer. And I hope you found this video useful. If you do, make an appointment, come see us, and we'll show you how to do it.